Hello and welcome to our webinar. Greetings around the world. Today we have guests from around the world. You're all welcome. So we are awaiting some more guests. Maybe I start with some introduction. You can use the chat. Please chat with moderator. You can see it up there and post it. Assistance to me today is Jörg Topel from the Data Escrow team. He's specialist data on. For all your questions, please write them down in the moderator's chat. We will answer all questions at the end after the webinar. So it's time you can write down your messages and questions to moderators only. So, how many guests do we have today? So we are still waiting. So I'm starting with presenting DENIC Services. DENIC Services is a 100% subsidiary of DENIC AG, the German registry of .de domains, currently handling around 17,500,000 domains under management. DENIC Services is escrow agent since 2018, currently handling around 150 clients using data escrow services. DENIC Services is a company from the domain industry. So a lot of people working for DENIC Services are working very, very long and are specialized in the main industry and escrow services. DENIC Services is also providing more services all around the domain industry, so ICANN services and many more. Why did ICANN decide to choose DENIC Services as the sole data escrow agent? We are providing a REST API to you, which you can use in your daily business. We have a specialized support team knowing the business exactly, knowing all about escrow services, ICANN, handling, and so on. We are in close connection with ICANN. We also have a control center for you. So the control center is available 24/7. And your administrators will have access to a lot of features within the control center. DENIC Services is the only data escrow agent where you have the choice of your restriction and arbitration between Germany, Frankfurt, or Geneva, Switzerland. Of course, DENIC Services is certified by ISO 27001 and Business Continuity Management ISO 22301. So, last but not least, since ICANN decided, you have the choice of the storage location. This means, whilst the onboarding, you can decide whether your data escrow deposit will be stored in the European Union. We have 2 data centers within the European Union. Or you can use US data center currently located in Virginia. So let's proceed with the onboarding process. We are showing the onboarding process to you with some features. Jörg, thank you. Welcome. So, the onboarding process is just 5 steps. Simple steps with some contractual onboarding, DocuSign, and some more. First of all, you have to nominate your administrator account. And so let's proceed with the steps. First of all, the contact known by ICANN will receive an invitation email where he or she has to set the administrator, the nominated as administrator for control center. This is just a simple form. Just give us the name, first name, the last name, the email address, and the mobile phone number. We are in use for the mobile phone number because the mobile phone number is used for two-factor authentication. After this is done, the first step is done, and the next step is you, the administrator, will receive a welcome email where the administrator can set his own password for the control center. Just some easy steps. We are sending out a short text message to the mobile phone, and if this arrived and is entered into the form, the administrator is able to set his own password within the control center. After success and all passwords are identical, there is a redirection to the onboarding process, the part within the control center. The administrator needs to use his email address as a username and the password he or she just set. Step 2, done here. Let's proceed. Need to log in at the control center and start. The administrator will be guided, will receive emails and also guided within our control center. Here we need to give information about the company, information about your IANA ID. We receive some data from ICANN. This data will be pre-filled if you sign up, but we need some more additional data which can be filled here. We need some general information, who will receive notifications, and very urgent, the last 3 steps, we need to know who may or must sign the RDEA, the Registrar Data Escrow Agreement, by using DocuSign. So please give us the name and the title and the email address of the person who may sign the contract. This person later will receive an email after this part of the onboarding is complete. So the administrator don't need to waste time for waiting for an email. The email is going directly to the signatory, to the person who may or must sign the contract. Here we need some more technical details here. So the part of the first step nearly done. And this is what I've mentioned earlier. You now have the choice where jurisdiction and arbitration should take place in the future. So you can choose between Frankfurt or Geneva and Switzerland. If this failed, step 3 already done. For all those who have problems using the internet connection or the internet connection will suck, we will record this webinar and publish it on the website, on the Welcome RE website, so you can view it later on. Let's proceed with step 4. There is a DocuSign email, an invitation to the signatory, the person mentioned earlier who must sign the registrar data escrow agreement. DocuSign is quite easy. Most of you already know DocuSign. Just follow the yellow buttons. You can preview the document, download the document. Follow the yellow buttons. Don't forget to click that you agree that your data are used, and click on Continue. Click on Start. Always click the next buttons, the yellow buttons, and where a signature is needed, please sign there. So here, and at least here, we have used some test data for this. After you have done all, just click above on Finish. Then the DocuSign process for you is finished. The next step is ICANN will sign the registrar data agreement and set effective date within the DocuSign. So the administrator of the control center will receive another email after DocuSign is finished, saying that he or she needs to continue with the technical onboarding. So here again, we need some more information. We need, of course, a PGP key. This field must not be empty. The PGP key is used to sign your deposit and is used from our side. Having access to our SFTP server, we highly recommend using an SSH key. Please insert an SSH key here. If you don't want to use, of course, usage with credentials, username, password is possible, but we highly recommend using SSH key. This can be changed later in the final version of your control center. If you have full access to the control center, you can change, delete, or add some more SSH keys. One of the last steps for your technical onboarding is to set where should your deposit be stored. In the European Union currently, or in Virginia, currently North Virginia site. And upon the place you have chosen, the full qualified domain name for your SFTP connection will be shown. This is for demonstration the full qualified domain names which we are currently using. Please acknowledge that you have stored all your data, your username is displayed. You have also the possibility to download our technical documentation by using the download button and click on Done. This was the last step, and so everything is done. We are now awaiting your first deposit. After the first deposit is arrived, we need to do, and we are obligated, to have an audit on the first deposit. So please take care. The deposit contains all the information which we can check on the RDDS on the WHOIS website. No, sorry, that's my mouse. This is the control center. After everything is done, you give a lot of features. Maybe we do another webinar on the control center, but most of them is self-declaring. The only point is, if you manage more than one registrars, more than one IANA ID, please always go to the dashboard. There you have the possibility to change between the IANA ID, between the registrar, because the dashboard and the control center is depending on one IANA ID. So if you manage 5 IANA ID, 5 registrars, you can change here and you can proceed. For example, if you click on deposits, you will have an overview of all your last deposits, of the status. Was it failed or was it success? When was it delivered? And you also have the possibility to download a report. It might be interesting for you to explore which features are more within our control center. Many things you can do. The control center administrator can create more users. The control center administrator can grant admin rights to the users, or the control center admin can create users with limited rights. The control center administrator can also change, add or remove PGP and SSH key. So if you have set a wrong PGP key or a wrong SSH key whilst the onboarding, don't fear, you can change it within the control center online 24/7 a day. So first, want to thank you for watching us. And now let me ask Jörg, which questions should arrive?
So yes, we have questions there. And the first question is, we are already finished the contractual onboarding and are awaiting the contract to be sent to us for signing. Do you have an update on what the delay is and when it may be resolved?
Oh, yeah, you are our specialist and I can contact. Maybe you answer this question yourself.
Yeah. So I don't have really an update when it will be resolved. We are currently awaiting from ICANN the finished template so that we can send it out for signing. So, but to be sure, we will inform all of you when this will be solved, and then you will receive an email from DocuSign so that you can sign the RDE agreement.
Yeah, what Jörg would like to say is currently all the templates are changing between some lawyers, and as most of you know, they need some time to do this, but as far as I know, Jörg, we are close to the end, to the final templates, and we are close that we can send out the contracts fast. Jörg, more questions arrived?
No, that's all at the moment. I only have this one question.
That's great. That's great.
Success.
So, thank you for attending us. And as you have seen,
there's another question.
oh, one more question.
Yes, there's another question. The question is, if we need to change the signatory, how can we proceed?
You need to change the signatory. Best if you then contact Jörg and his colleagues. Jörg and his colleagues will manage this. Jörg, would you like to start?
It's possible to change the signatory in the DocuSign process. So if you receive the DocuSign email and you are not the signatory, even if you choose that you are the signatory in the contractual onboarding, then it is possible to reassign the DocuSign to another signatory. So that is something what you can do during the DocuSign process.
Okay, thank you. So, no problem if you have any more questions. Like mentioned earlier, this webinar is recorded and will be available today or tomorrow on our website, so you can watch.
I have another question about.
Another one.
Yeah. Where can we get the PGP key?
The PGP key. Within our documentation, we have a lot of example URL where you can create and which tools to use a PGP key. So take a look at the documentation. Documentation is also available now. So you don't need any registration or any onboarding. The Welcome ODE web page provides the documentations, three documentations in total. More questions?
Not at the moment.
That's great. If there are more questions, no problem. Don't hesitate to contact us. The team is available from 8 a.m. in the morning until 6 p.m. in the afternoon, working days in Germany. And just contact Escrow at DENIC-services.de. My colleagues, Jörg and the team will answer this as soon as possible. Many thanks for watching us. Have a good day.